Alright guys, so let me go ahead and show you the difference between an asset flip and a game that's just heavily reliant on assets to make the game. Craftopia is just heavily reliant on assets used to make this game. It is not an asset flip. Okay, it might be a mess and it might be incohesive, but this is not an asset flip because what they've done is they've purchased a whole bunch of different assets off the stores, and they've put them together, and they've actually done some coding and work to actually try to, make the game playable and combine all these assets they purchased into one big game. So it's not an asset flip at all. So for those of you who are wanting to know what an asset flip is, let me explain that to you. Okay, it's right here. So this game here, made by Drunken Apes, who are known asset flippers, at least by me, this game here is an asset flip. Because what the developer did, he did not just go and buy all these different sprites and combine them and put in the code himself to make a game. The developers, Drunken Apes, what they have done is they have went to the Unity store, right? And they said, you know what, we want to make a game about asteroids, right? And then they went to a 2D and they went and bought a template, right? And so they went to the Unity store and they said, hey, we want to buy a template for an asteroid shooter. And so if you look on here, there will be an asteroid kit just like this. So some of these are just like vector asteroids. That's just the sprite. So if you wanted to use these sprites to put in your own project, people might call your game an asset flip. But if I buy just these vector asteroids here, which are nothing but sprites, and then I do all the coding myself, and I have a game where I'm a spaceship shooting these different asteroids, and these asteroids are blowing up into these smaller pieces. I've done the code and the work myself. I've just used this asset that I purchased off the Unity Asset Store to help make my game look better, for example. This would not be an asset flip. I've actually done the code and the work myself. And this is essentially what Craftopia is doing. They are purchasing 3D asteroids, not 3D asteroids, but 3D assets, instead of 2D assets like this, but they are buying these 3D assets like the bear, the dragon, all the animals you see, the sheep, etc., the rocks, everything, and they're putting it all together to make a living, breathing world and a game that they've developed themselves, just mainly out of, assets that they've purchased. It would be no different than me buying a spaceship and all these asteroids and maybe a boss or something like that I buy the sprites off from the store, and then I do all the code and the work myself to actually make the game workable and a working project. So if I look here, okay, so again, this is an asset flip. These developers have done no work themselves except change the name of the game or name of the kit they bought. So they went to Unity and they bought this Unity Space Shooter Starter Kit. And if you play this video, you'll see that this is a complete game that you can buy. It's a complete template. It's a base foundation for a game, right? And you'll see that right here, so the developers have bought this kit for 20 bucks or whatever price they paid for it off the Unity Asset Store. It's already completely working as it is. It's a base foundation for a space game. It's not intended to just export and sell. It's just a base foundation for a game, and that's why this game's getting mixed reviews, 40% positive, because it's not a complete game. It's a foundation for a game. But this is an asset flip. The developers at Drunken Apes have purchased this and then just exported it, the executable, and then uploaded it to Steam and changed the name from, Space Shooter Starter Kit to Space Asteroid Shooter. And, they're just making a quick profit off doing no work. That is an asset flip. And that's the difference, people. So I just wanted to go ahead and explain that before we get started on, reviewing this game or looking.